Perfect. Vendula, back to you.
So once again, very good evening. I am very happy to welcome you to our Vision Board workshop together with Blanca. So as she already mentioned, it's our very first part of the Vision Board workshop this evening. So this part will be a little bit more about giving you information of what's Vision Board, why does it matter, what are benefits. And the second part, which will take place next Thursday, will be really the creative one, when we will have this great creative evening. And the goal for sure is that all of you can have your own vision board at the workshop, at the end of the workshop. But no worries, we will provide you with a lot of tools and guidance, and you will also get the workbook from me and also tips from Blanca. So I'm sure that you will have a wonderful vision board at the end next Thursday. So yeah, I hope that everyone can hear me and see me. And yeah, if you are struggling with some technical issues throughout the workshop, no stress, no worries, just quit and try to connect again. As Blanca mentioned, we are recording it, so it will be available to you in replay as well. So let's get started. So I think it's also time to introduce myself, and after Blanca will also introduce herself. So yeah, as we already mentioned, my name is Vendula. Yeah, it's not a Swiss name. Actually, I was born in the Czech Republic, but I've been living in this beautiful Basel region for over 16 years now. I am a founder of Authentic Achievers, and my passion is basically to teach my client how to better understand and improve their emotional intelligence, which means that we are basically using emotional intelligence assessments, training, and coaching, and focusing on different emotional intelligence topics like emotional mastery, how to be more assertive, how to build stress resilience, or for example, how to make optimal decisions and keep our emotions under control. These are some kind of services or work I'm doing with my clients. And apart from that, I also dedicate my work to future generations by teaching children how to better understand and manage their emotions. And yeah, also helping parents to by providing them with emotional intelligence lessons for them. And apart from that, I am also a mom of a 9-year-old little girl. That's pretty much about me. I think it's your turn, Blanca, to tell us a little bit more about you.
So I also come from the Czech Republic, the beautiful country. I also live in the Basel area for 16 years. So this we have in common. I'm also mom of 2 lovely children, but I'm absolutely passionate about my job, my mission, which is nutrition. So I'm a science-based nutritionist, and I help women to get their hormones under control so that they can flow through their days with ease. So I specialize in gastrointestinal issues, which is bloating, farting, diarrhea, and constipation, and mental and emotional setup. Because nutrition is not only about what we eat, but also what is eating us, and that is emotions. That's why we are teaming up with Vendula, because emotions are so important for the overall well-being. On the top of it, I am a yoga teacher, meditation teacher, and body toning teacher. So I want to have like fit body, and I want all my clients to look and feel amazing. And in this workshop, I will be helping you, especially in the second part, to set up your goals for health and well-being that is reasonable and you can achieve within 1 year. So back to Vendula.
Thank you very much for your introduction. And now I think it's time to go to the content itself. So as I already mentioned, this evening, in the first part, we will really focus on the introduction, that you understand what is vision board, why does it matter, what are the key benefits to make a wonderful vision board for yourself. And then in the second part, I will also explain you the self-exploration workbook. This workbook, you will get it from us. I will send it to you by email, which will basically help you to reflect on major life areas. For sure, Blanca, she will also add her tips. And as a nutrition expert, she will also share with you some practical advices on this part. And yeah, and we will also finish this first part with the list of materials which you will need for the next session. And next week will be the creative part, which means that you will be ready with your workbook and we will create your vision board. And for sure, at the end, we will celebrate your vision boards. Because these times we also need a little bit of a good mood and a little bit of more celebration and cheers and joy. So let's get started. Blanca, do you want to add something for the content?
Just the celebration, good food, good mood came to my head, right? It's one of the topics.
Exactly. I second you on this one. So yeah, so what is vision board? So as you can see on the screen, here you see the example of mine from the 2018. So as you can see, it's a collection of images. It can be also quotes, it can be symbols, it can be, for example, the pictures of your family or your personal pictures that really help us to get clarity and vision for our life. It's a very powerful visual reminder of our goals and dreams on a daily basis. What's very important for me is that I'm sure you already heard about vision boards, right? But for me, what's important is that it's really done with a purpose. Why? Because if it's not done with a purpose or with with a meaning, then it's just a piece of paper with images on it. So that is why basically we decided also to create this workbook for you to really guide you and to support you on really creating the vision board that has a deep meaning to you. Blanca, do you want to add something?
Yeah, so I would say, like, looking at your one, that the pictures are louder than words. And sometimes, like, I also have my vision board, I could have taken the picture. Like when we are like in the evening and in the morning, we are tired and we don't want to read sentences or phrases or something. But when we look at the picture, we can basically take like a screenshot of it and save it in our subconscious mind. And we can imagine ourselves in there. So even this power of visualization when we look at the picture, and it reminds us the journey, right? Because it is all about enjoying the journey and not just chasing the goal. Back to you.
Perfect. Thanks for your inputs. So yeah, like Blanca already just mentioned, why vision board? So I started to run first vision boards in Basel in 2017. It was a live workshop. And when I've done it is because I don't know if you know a little bit about emotional intelligence. Basically, it consists of 5 key skills, emotional intelligence competencies. And the key building block of this emotional intelligence is self-awareness, which is basically our ability to know who we are, what do we stand for, what are our values, also understanding our emotions. And when I wanted my clients basically to work on their self-awareness, it's like a part coaching question. I wanted to add something different to really bring more creativity and more reflection. So for me, Vision Board was really a great, powerful visual tool. And at that time also, I met one of my partner's family members. She's basically a professional handball player in a team in France. And I met her and she told me that they are using visualization techniques as a mental preparation for their games, handball games, which are extremely important. that are as important for them as the physical preparation. And I asked him, interesting, and why it's important. And she told me, yeah, the power, like Blanca said, of the picture is so important to me, because I really, before every single game, I visualize all the game I'm going to play, where I'm going to stay, which energy, which emotions I bring to the game, how I'm going to interact with my team players, how I am going to touch the ball. So I really started to study basically the visualization, and she really reminded me that really our success starts with intention, to really visualize and become clear what we want, why we want it, and basically even for the dream, it's the same. What are our dreams? So this day I really understood how powerful the visualization techniques are. Maybe you know that visualization techniques are also used in elite, for example, pilots, when they are preparing for their flights. It's exactly the same. They are really spending a lot of time to really use this visualization to prepare themselves for example, for competitions or special, flight, flight competition. So it's really something that is used even like a technique by professionals. So even at work, it's not only, something that is used just as a self-care tool. Blanca, can you add something for you?
Yeah, what came just to my mind, because I'm this like improvising person, right, was the study that I was reading about two groups. They said to one group to imagine that they exercise, and the other group was actually exercising, and they were measuring the muscle. So the group that was exercising for, I don't know, 6 weeks, they increased the muscle was in one arm for 33%, and the group that was only visualizing how they do it, they did it 20%, right? So the power of the mind is incredible, and the visualization process.
Yeah, that's basically how our brain works, because basically our brain cannot recognize what's the reality and what we are just only visualizing, what we are just imagining. So exactly, that's a very good point and very good example of power of visualization.
Mm-hmm.
So here are some of the key benefits. So why you should create this vision board for yourself. So when I first done this vision board workshop in Basel, we really tried to reflect on how it could help, or how it helped the basically people who attended the workshop, and they could observe the following benefits. So first of all, creating our own vision boards makes our goals clear. So again, it really helps us to imagine and basically put the image on what we want, or for example, what we are dreaming about. It's not just about telling ourselves in the head, oh, I would like to have a nice house. It's really, we are spending time really to put the concrete ideas and pictures on what we want, or what are our goals. So to this, it's also related that it creates a better intention, which means that really it helps us to narrow down our focus, and also really to understand what really matters to us, and really visualize how does it look like, how does it feel once we will achieve it. And yeah, it can be even a great tool for, I would say, reduce procrastination, because it really, if you put your vision board somewhere in a place at your house, it keeps you, focused on what really matters to you and on your goals. Then it makes you more creative. Apart if you are working in some great jobs like photographer or interior designer, we as adults, we don't have much opportunities to use our creativity. I think all of us, you remember when you were a kid, you were spending hours drawing, cutting, and creating all different sort of crafts. But in the adulthood, with all the busy schedule, we don't have much time to express our creativity. So for me, making your vision board, it's also a great occasion to let your creativity flow, enjoy the moment, and really allow yourself just to express all your ideas and thoughts and touch the paper and search for the images. And I think it's something that basically, as we are adult, it's a real benefit for us to have this creative moment. And for sure, don't put pressure on yourself. It's not about being an artist and creating, a masterpiece. You saw my vision board. It's perfectly imperfect, but it has a deep meaning in myself, and I really enjoyed. I still remember the moments when I was searching for the images and cutting, and so yeah, it really also encourages you to wake up your creativity. Then, very important one is also it keeps you motivated. So for sure, if you will decide to put it somewhere in a strategic place in your house, basically it will help you to stay on track and also remind yourself your goals, your dreams, and keep you motivated even if you experience some daily setbacks or you feel overwhelmed, which is completely normal. But I think it's really a great tool which really helps you to remind yourself, okay, today was tough, but even if I did a little step, it counts. And when you have a look on your vision board, you remind yourself, okay, tomorrow it's the next day, I will wake up and I will continue. And then the last one, it unleashes your inner potential, which is basically, it also helps you to really express your real dreams and what matters to you. So yeah, it really gives you the chance also to express your own needs, my own needs as Vendula, not dreams of your parents or wishes for your kids. It's really your own inner wishes and desires and dreams for yourself. So this would be the key benefits I could observe when I was doing the vision board workshops with my clients. Blanca, would you like to add something, some other benefits?
I think it was nicely said. I would just really want to point out that very often people in their lives, they carry like so many masks, and they have so many positions that at the end they lose themselves. They don't know who they are. Am I mom? Am I employee? Am I wife? What am I? Who am I? And that's when you do this reflective practice, you can tap into it. And especially when Vendula was saying about this creativity as children, it was much easier for us to have bold dreams because we believed that we can achieve absolutely everything and we were creative. And then when you lose yourself and you don't really know anymore what you want because you live the life for your children and you think about them, this is the time to come back and really unleash the potential and maybe even think about what was it that I wanted to do when I was 7 years old? Did I like, or what did I like? Did I like cooking or playing football or I don't know, taking pictures, singing? So maybe if that was what you loved, maybe you can come back to this passion. So again, that will be like reflection and then saying, oh, I don't have time for it. No, we all have time. We need to make time for what matters to us. And that's when the vision board can help you to really see what matters to you. And if this was the last day of your life, are you doing everything that you love? And the vision board will always remind you, this is what I want to do because this is what I love. Back to you.
Thank you. So here, also one more remark. So very often I get the question. So once I get my vision board ready, what to do next? Yeah, it's not a good idea to put it somewhere in the drawer and hide it somewhere. So yeah, again, it's not only about the creation, it's also that it will be your sort of guide throughout the year. So I really encourage you to find a place in your house to reflect. Where could you put it? Where you can see it every single day. And this vision board will basically remind you and inspire you, and also will help you to keep focused. So for example, in my case, my strategic place is our bedroom. So I have it next to my bed. Why? Because I have a short evening routine for myself, my little self-care time. And every single evening, before I start my journaling and reading, I just have a quick look on my vision board, and to just enjoy a little bit watching on it and reminding myself, did I really done something today which gets me nearer to my dream or to my goal? Which action did I take today? Or for example, if I felt overwhelmed by something, it's like, okay, never mind, I have this focus. Tomorrow it's the next day. I will come back. I will, focus on what really matters to me. And even it can be a sort of, if you, for example, have specific dreams, for example, you want, I don't know, for example, my dream was to bring my daughter to opera in Paris. So it's a, I would say, specific dream with specific place. It also helps you to keep you on track and say, okay, so tomorrow I put the holidays. I know that in 1 week I will buy the tickets. So little by little, I will try to achieve this goal. But as I have the picture of this opera in Paris on my vision board, every single day I remind myself, yeah, I need to really start to prepare. I need to focus on, because I promised my daughter that we are going to do it. So for me, it's really, you don't need to for sure spend hours in front of it, but just every single day to take a moment and keep it as your personal reminder for what really matters to you. Blanca, do you have any strategic place
Yeah,
for your
so
vision
I
board?
actually have two vision boards. I have one for like friendships, relationships in my bedroom, and it's mostly like pictures of people that I love, and I'm looking at them, and then I have there like some other goals, and then I have like a business workshop, the vision board next to my fridge. So that's a really good place, because I even have there pictures of how I want to look, how I want to feel. And I look at the vision board, then I look at the fridge, and sometimes I change my mind, because I'm thinking, is it taking me away from my goal? Or is there any benefit? And if there is no benefit, then I just close the fridge, look at the vision board, and I go back to work. Yeah, so it was a good point that you had. It must be in a strategic place that you see it all the time. And even one more thing I want to say is that sometimes when you are like looking at the vision board, even the subconscious mind is still seeing it, right? So it doesn't have to be like I look at it and I remind myself. No, the body is aware of everything. It's like children, they're like sponge. You think that they don't listen to you because they're like playing on a mobile phone, but they hear everything that you say, right? So we absorb all the information, and then during the night we process it. Yeah.
Yeah, our mind is simply magic. We just need to know how to master it. So yeah, now let's move to the second part, which basically, as I already mentioned in the beginning, we are going to provide you or send you the self-exploration workbook, which will basically help you to reflect on the major life areas. So it's just, please consider it sort of guidebook for yourself, for sure. Please do not hesitate your own topics that matter to you. But basically, this self-exploration workbook covers the major life areas you should reflect on. I will walk you through now, that if you have any question or something is not clear, that you can ask straight away. And your homework from us for you for the next Thursday will be to take time for yourself and reflect and fill it up. For sure, it's not an obligation to fill up everything. If there are some topics that do not resonate with you, it's completely fine. But I would strongly encourage you really to take time for yourself to sit down and just reflect. And in our busy schedule, it gives you really great opportunity to reflect again on what matters to you, what are your goals for this year. And sometimes I get the questions, you have to finish it in one sitting. No, please take your time. If you have only 10 minutes, maybe do one page, one topic, next day do another topic. And maybe one more thing, if English is not your mother tongue, like for example, in my case, do not hesitate to write your answers and express yourself in other language. It's your vision board. So please use whatever language resonates with you, even on your vision board. It's your vision board. So this workbook is about you as well. So what's inside? Blanca, do you want to add something?
No, that's fine.
So let's discover what's inside. So basically, the workbook starts with the review, which means basically before you start the journey to reflect about the 2020, it's always good to take time and make a point, where are you now? For sure, again, it's not an obligation. This is not something you will need for the vision board creation, but it's always useful to just take some minutes and reflect, how was the year before? You have here some suggestion of questions. So for example, you can reflect on what were 3 things that you accomplished in 2021. Please do not undervalue yourself. Be proud of yourself, even if it's a little things. It matters. Then, what are the things you want to leave behind? I think all of us, we are holding what I call emotional baggages, despite maybe we do not realize it. So I always encourage my parents to really reflect what are these emotional baggages, and are there some of them we can leave behind? We don't need to take them anymore with us. And then, what are the 3 biggest lessons you learned in 2021? I think that all of us, we experienced some big lessons last year. And as I say, life is a long, lifelong journey. So it's always nice to also be proud of ourselves and recognize what were the biggest lessons and what also we learned from it. Even if you want to go a little bit further, you can even consider the feelings which were related with it. If there would be some emotional baggages, to try to identify them and maybe even try to, how can you process them? Or maybe, it's really up to you. For sure, this part is only for yourself. You don't have to get it ready for the vision board. Blanca, do you want to add something to this review?
No.
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 All right. So, and after, once you reflected on the last year, let's go and start reflect on this year, the most important part which you will need for creation of the vision board. So basically we included several topics which we encourage you to integrate to your vision board. But again, it's not an obligation. So the first one are important changes. So this year, which major improvements do you wish to make to your overall lifestyle? So it's up to you to decide which area of your life. I recommend you to not overwhelm yourself and pick up 1 to maximum 3, please. Otherwise, you will be overwhelmed. And once you pick up 1 or 2, reflect, why do you wish these changes? It's very important. Blanca will explain you further the power of why?
Yeah.
Just straight away.
So basically, it's like Simon Sinek. If you know Simon Sinek, you need to know your why, because if you know why you want to change something, why you want to lose weight, why you want to change your career, why you want to change your partner, why you want to buy a house, so you must know the why, because then the strategy of like what you need to do and how to do it, it comes, because we always, in critical situation, we always find the way for what matters to us. Yeah, so finding the why. And I would also say, when Vendula said don't overwhelm yourself, because we think, okay, 12 months, it's a long time, but you know, when you sometimes set up a goal that during the week you will do something, but the week gets so busy, so the 12 months are going to run so fast that you don't even know. And it is not possible to change every area of your life within 1 year, because where the focus goes, energy flows. So if you choose 2 to 3 main topics, then you are more likely to succeed. Yeah?
Would you like to add something about the why, what, and how, Blanca?
Am I supposed to?
How you wish.
You wish. Okay, so let me reflect about it. Not really, Vendula. Do you want to say something about it? I think we can like explore it next week on particular examples, because that would be like so much. If I, for example, now start to explain about like diets and everything, that would take a long time. So you just like number one homework now is just reflect about like why you want to change something. And maybe what I would add is that you can try to ask yourself 5 times why. That's what maybe Vendula meant, right? There's this beautiful technique which helps you to get even deeper. So for example, I would say, it will be like from emotional stand. I'm angry with my son. Why? Because he came late. Why did that make me angry? Because I was scared. Yeah, so suddenly I'm getting deeper. So it's not actually the anger, the emotion that I have, but it's because I was scared. Or for example, I didn't clean the house today. Why? Because I had to do something else. Why? Because I was procrastinating last week. Why? So you see, it's not about the house. It's actually the root cause of it is the procrastination, right? So every time when you are asking yourself, like, I want to lose weight, why do you want to lose the weight? So is it because somebody told you something, or because you want to exercise? And then it's going to be much deeper. So you will, for example, discover that you want to lose the weight because you want to do the Tour du Mont Blanc, yeah, and you need to be in a good shape. So what is actually the reason? And then on your vision board, you would have the Tour du Mont Blanc, but not the weight loss. So that's the why, finding the real why.
Exactly. And what you can also do, like extra point, you can even imagine the emotion. How would you feel once you achieve it? Which is also because it will also, for example, influence which picture you will choose, which colors maybe you will use. So this is just an extra tip, which can also be helpful for you to help you really to narrow it down as much as possible to basically become or get this clarity. But for sure, the most important is to identify what and then why. What's the reason behind?
Yeah. Well, then I would add to this, because it came to my head now, that, for example, this what, the strategy. So what skills do I need to acquire to achieve the goal? So for example, if my goal is to run the marathon, I definitely need to improve my running style, and maybe the like have a specific plan. Will I go for a run 3 times a week? Yeah. So again, if you don't have this strategy, then you don't really know how to get there, and you cannot measure it. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And which goes to the second topic, which are the new skills. So, which are the new skills you would like to develop? For sure, it doesn't have to be related even to the previous part. For example, in my case, it could be that I wish to develop my skills for making videos because I'm not such a tech girl. So this is something I would like. It's not part of the improvements, life improvements, but it's a new skill I would like to learn. And again, important question behind is, why do I wish to develop this skill? So for example, my why would be that my daughter will turn 10 and I want to make a family movie for her that she can keep, you know, as a gift for her. And then you can also, a third additional question you can ask yourself, who can help you to learn these skills? Because very often, especially women, we have tendency, we are scared to ask for help, especially when we don't know how. So yeah, this allows you also to reflect. For example, in this case, yeah, I have an ex-colleague. He has a successful YouTube channel. So maybe he will be able to give me some tips or give me a name of a course or recommend me a course where I can learn these skills. So yeah, again, try to reflect. Are there any new skills you would like to learn this year? Blanca, do you have any?
Yes, this
additional
was
tips?
like very good example, and I have two ideas about it. And again, to make it, you need to always make time in your agenda for it, because if it's not in your agenda, you are not going to do it. So somebody says, well, I would want to improve my swimming technique. So you need to say, every Tuesday at 7 o'clock, I will, after work, go to the swimming pool and I will pay a person to, like, I will pay for the course to do it, right? So you must have already planned how you are going to do it. So to be strategic around it. And then second point, I would say, you said it very nicely, that women especially are very afraid to ask for help. So we always think, no, I don't really know this person, he's not going to help me. No, that would be, I would be annoying them, like asking them for help. But actually we all like to help, right? If somebody asks me for help, I like to help people because it makes me feel important, it makes me feel satisfied. And the same is for the other person. So we have to just, every time when we say to ourselves, no, it would be too stupid to ask them, so I go and do it, right? The 5-second rule, that you have to do it in 5 seconds.
Then we had a third topic, which regards career. So this year in 2022, what would you like to achieve? Again, we are not changing the jobs every single year, for sure not. But for example, for me as a business owner, I would reflect on how much revenue do I want to bring to our house. Or for example, if you work from home, now we have a lot of people working from home, having home office, you can, for example, reflect on how do you want your day to go? You know, for example, which habits do you want to integrate? How can you improve your home office? Or how can you set better boundaries between your job and family time or free time? Or for example, if you are a leader or even a mom, you can also reflect on how can you be a role model for the other people around you. So again, be creative and try to ask the questions that are really related to your current situation. Here are just the suggestions, but I'm sure that all of us, we can relate to some of these questions. Blanca?
Yeah, so I would want to here share my personal story when I actually changed the career and what limiting beliefs I had around it. So many years ago, I worked as HR Global Mobility in Novartis and Panalpina. So there was nothing to do with the science, biochemistry, or anything. I originally studied languages and literature. So that was, I had like many jobs. But when I was in this HR position, it wasn't really satisfying for me. And Friday, I was wishing for Friday and I hated Mondays. And I asked myself, it was actually in 2014, a powerful question. So if I won a lottery, I don't know, 10 million Swiss francs, would I do what I do? And the answer was no. And the second question is, so what would I do if I won this money? Like we all have some purpose and mission and hobbies. What would I do? And I knew it would be around food and nutrition because that was my passion. That's what I was doing, like a side job. And then I just quit the job, which was a big decision. And I had to study the chemistry, biochemistry, anatomy, physiology, this medical year, and then the advanced nutrition. Basically took me 4 years of a daily studies, weekends and everything to achieve the, finish the College of Nutrition and Health, and then build the business, which we know to build the business takes long as well. But I changed my career, and what I do now is really satisfying. So maybe you can even think about this, and maybe it's not that you would boldly, like me, completely change the career, but maybe even just tap into it, what you truly like, and maybe have it as a side job or develop it more as a hobby, and then think how you could change it, because we live only once, and there is no prediction that we stay here until we are 80, 90, 100 or whatever, right? Nobody knows how much time is left for us. So it's important about enjoying every single day in every area of your life.
Yep, I completely agree. And it was the main reason for me as well. Is it easy? No, it's not, but it's worth the struggle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, but everyone is different. Everyone is different in different situations. So as I said, the major point here is really to make it relatable to you and to your current situation and what's also possible for you, for sure. And then we have very important topic, which again is very often undervalued by women, which is self-care. Mm-hmm. So here, I would like you to ask to really take time for yourself, sit down, slow down, and reflect. What are your intentions for taking care of yourself this year? I'm sure Blanca will tell us from the nutrition point of view many tips, but I would also encourage you to reflect on how can you take care of your emotional health. It's something which is still quite taboo in the society, I know, but in the current situation, it's more than ever important. So are there any small habits you can try, you can integrate to your daily schedule? It doesn't have to be, I don't know, the whole morning yoga. Sometimes it's just 10 minutes a day. You know, when you came back from work, you feel overwhelmed, maybe angry. Just explain and tell it, okay, you know what? I just need 10 minutes for myself to really take time to calm down, to reconnect with myself. And once I'm done, I come back to you. Everyone understands, even small kids, they understand. So really, it's not about creating some super habits, but really small habits that you can easily integrate to your daily schedule. And again, like Blanca said, maybe you can even reflect what you enjoy doing when you were a small kid or when you were a teenager. For example, for me last year, I had a tough period and my niece sent me a parcel, and in this parcel was a jigsaw puzzle. Something I never done for at least last 20 years. But when I opened the box, all the beautiful feelings when I was a teenager and we were spending moments together came back. And to my surprise, my daughter came and joined me. It's like, Mom, what is it? I was like, yeah, it's a puzzle. Yeah, but it takes a lot of time. And it's like, yeah, but why will not take? We will not do everything in one sitting, for sure not. But maybe every day we can do just 5 minutes together And maybe we will observe how it makes us feel. And finally, we had a great moment together. And I found out that really it helped me to calm down, to disconnect from, all this craziness and just be here present, really focus on the pieces and trying to figure out. So you see, it doesn't have to be super complicated. Sometimes it's just a small habit or some small something that really helps us to disconnect and to really take a moment for ourselves. Or it can be journaling, wonderful way how to reconnect with yourself. You don't have to, many clients ask me, but I don't have time to be a writer. No, it's not about being a writer. Sometimes just take 5 minutes for yourself in the evening. And for example, if you have emotional charged situation, to sit down and just write it down, write everything down, put it on the paper, and then just reflect on it. Like Blanca said, we are living just once. Is it really worth it that I will be ruminating on it for 20 days, or I will not speak to my loved one for 1 week? So yeah, journaling is another great example of little self-care, but which can make a big difference in your life. So now I think it's Blanca's turn, because she is the expert in nutrition and taking care of your body and good sleeping habits.
Yeah, and I was already actually looking at the big crazy goals, right? It caught my attention. But yeah, with the self-care, I want to say that next week, once you say, for example, I have a problem with sleep, what can I do? I can actually even give you a practical tips on it, right? Because it's a large topic like sleep, nutrition, exercise. People think that they need to do yoga or run every day, but it's just small things, even just dancing, right? You can put like Zumba song on, and or your favorite song that again brings you back to the memories, right? If like you can hear a song and it brings you to the discotheque 20 years ago where you were with your friends, and you relive the moment again. And because our body, as we were already saying, doesn't know what is like real reality and what is perceived reality, because everything in our life is illusion, and all the emotions, everything around us is illusion. So basically you can relive this illusion again, but every cell in your body will believe that you are there, and you will have this chemical cocktail in your body and feel amazing. So with self-care and the visualization, when you get yourself in this transcendental meditation to another place, you can always create this chemical cocktail, right? Brain will send the signals. Big crazy goals.
You are waiting for it, huh?
I'm waiting for that big topic.
Yeah, so this will be, I would say, the one of the last major topics in the workbook. It's really to take for yourself, time for yourself, and reflect on what crazy goals do you have in 2022, this year. And please dream big with no limitations. Because, yeah, it's very important to also be allowed to also have big dreams, and also reflect on dreams that really are your dreams, not dreams of someone else. Blanca, I see you. You are waiting.
Yeah, because I very often, when I talk to my clients, they see everything impossible. And even, for example, with the weight loss, or like they want to climb Kilimanjaro or whatever they want to do, they say, I would want to do this, but then they say this, but, yeah. And every time when you say this, but, you are actually not believing it, because sometimes what we say, the words must correspond with the feeling that we have inside. So for example, if I say that now I started this online course, Eat Clean, Get Lean, and I would say, I would want to have there 100 participants, but I'm absolutely fine with 10. So I am basically sending the message to the universe that I want to have 10 people in the course, not 100, right? So every time when we have the dream, we have to believe whatever we said as the first thing, and not to diminish it, because this is, women are especially good at this, even with pricing. they say, well, I want to sell it for 200, but she doesn't have money, and maybe I give discount, and maybe I do this and that, right? So we always diminish it. So big, crazy goals, whatever comes to your mind is possible. But here we also have to distinguish between possibility and probability. So everything is possible, but sometimes the probability rate to do it in 1 year might not be as high. So still you want to not go crazy, like I want to earn 2 million Swiss francs of a revenue in 2022, right? It is not really realistic. It is possible, everything is possible, but not so realistic. So yes, dream crazy goals, but still reflecting about it.
Exactly. Completely agree with you. So this was the last topic. We have the keywords. So this is something I always do, even for myself, for many years, that every single year I choose one keyword, which will basically, I want to live by the year. Here I gave you opportunity to come up to 3 words, but for sure, if it's just only one, it's completely fine. And once you have it, sometimes it's very important also to listen to the intuition. Very often, the word comes itself straight away. For example, for me this year, straight away, resilience. I was not even, okay, this is it, and it matches perfectly my current situation. And once you choose this word, it's also important to understand again why is this word important to you this year again. And I always encourage my clients to put this word either in their journal or put it directly on the vision board. But again, just take your time and reflect which word would fits you the best to basically for this year. Blanca?
Yeah, so for example, for me, the keyword is freedom. And freedom, it's location freedom. So for example, I know when I have the word freedom on my vision board, that location freedom is that I want to work when I'm in Croatia, when I'm in France, when I'm in Czech Republic, wherever I am, I can do online presentations, and that means freedom, location freedom. Financial freedom. I want to earn enough so that I cover all the costs and I can happily travel and I don't have to worry if I go for 6 weeks somewhere or 3 weeks to Peru or whatever. So that's financial freedom. And then it's freedom of choice. So I even, for example, want to be able to choose who I work with, so that I don't have to work with every client that comes to me. If I don't have the energetic vibration with them, I can say, no, sorry, that's not it. And like freedom, for example, of choice of a partner or where I live or what I do, what I say. So freedom is extremely important for me.
Very powerful word. And I am very curious to know next week, next Thursday, which other words we are going to discover together. Because it's always very inspiring.
Yeah. So now we have 2 more minutes and we are going to give you a sneak peek into the presentation that I will, or the words that I will lead you next week. So can I share the screen, Vendula?
Yeah. Yeah, just maybe a one word. You will get the whole workbook by email in the follow-up email, which you will get from me. So yeah, I will send it. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me or to Blanca, and for sure we are here to help. Or if you feel lost how to fill it up, please do not hesitate to contact us. So that's from my part, and it's your turn.
Yes, so just a sneak peek. So you already have lots of homeworks, but maybe this short peek will give you an idea of what you want to also start reflecting about. So next week, we will again dive deeper into this possibility and probability, the pictures, why you need to choose pictures. And I'm actually even today now still going to show you how you can do it. So I will give you the practical part already today. So that's what it will look like, what you will ask yourself and do. But here is the part. Actually, I am going to make it smaller, not in the presentation mode, so that I can switch in between the screens and show you. So the pictures that you are going to choose must really be specific. So let's say that I, for example, want to, one of my goals is to buy a house in Croatia in a village called Brela. And this is the village. So I will go, for example, to Instagram and I will choose some pictures. So in these presentations that I will share with you, every picture that you click on gets you directly to what I'm showing you now. So it will be very easy for you. So if I, for example, tell you how to choose the words, because you will be thinking about your keywords. And sometimes, for example, for me, keyword is smart. And maybe I wouldn't like that word smart so much. So this gives me synonyms, right? Similar names. And some of them will resonate with me more. So again, you just click to this one loop dictionary and see the synonyms that resonate with you, so that you can maybe do it like I do it, starting with the same capital letter. Or for example, here is this technology tool that I'm going to show you now. So again, you will only click on that link and it takes you there. You can download it for free and other things. So what you can do as a task from my side is, if you can buy a vision board. So I have this vision board. I bought it on Amazon, but you can buy it in any shop. It's not really expensive. You will surely find even cheaper versions, but that's something.
Can I add something? Maybe it can be just a large paper, big large paper. I don't have any fancy, board, nothing, just a big large paper, which you can buy in any stationery shop in Basel, or the art shop. Even I found it in the supermarket. I will give you also the size which I recommend, and it's up to you to choose.
So my one is basically this one, but yeah, exactly. You can have just like a large paper and then put it in there. So that's what you will need. So either the paper or a board. And then you need to have by next week all the pictures. Yeah. So I, for example, like to go to this brainy quotes and choose. So for example, for me this year, it will be the powerful quotes from the book The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, because they inspire me. So I will use the tool Canva, which is basically this one that we are using now. I'm going to open it in another session and I will show you. This is also a tool for free. So again, you can like click on Canva. So I have all my designs in here and I want to show you that, for example, I created this vision board. So with Canva, it's very easy because they have templates and I'm sharing with you this template, but you can find any other template. And I put their pictures, right? So how you find the pictures is like you basically go anywhere. And I would, for example, if I want to buy a house in Brela or like in Croatia to make it easier for you, so, or in Basel. So for example, house in Basel for sale. Yeah, if I would want to buy a house, then I go to images and I will look which house resonates with me, what is actually my vision. And then I would take this tool, it's like a Snagit, and I will capture the picture. So let's say that I like this house. So I'm just going to like capture it. I'm going to save it to already, like I have this vision board. Yeah, so I save there the picture and I upload it later. And then when you go to Canva, you just upload the pictures in here. So you do uploads, upload media, and I can upload that even like screenshot if I want. And then I can just pull it. It's like very, very easy. If I would have a document, so I can just pull it in there and you will see I will have it in there. And then you can download it very easily in here. So I would just, you download it as a picture and then you print it at work. You basically go to your office and print it at work. That's what I will do. So it can then look visually really nice, but obviously you can even just make a screenshot and then cut it with your scissors to make it easier. Yeah, but for me,
Or I have another option because
Good.
I love to use old magazines, which means the old magazines I have at home. So basically, I really like to take time to go through them and search for the pictures which resonates, like you said, again with you. Which means basically I take the scissors, I take a little bit of time, I take all the magazines I have at home, and I go through them and I'm searching for the pictures which I want, basically, which reflects what I want to integrate to my vision board. Or what you can also do is to take for example, if you want to integrate some family members, you can go through the family pictures, if there is something you would like to add. So there are several possibilities open for, depends also on yourself. What do you prefer, what you like? So it's up to you. And when you will going through the workbook, you can even, maybe sometimes the idea of the picture will come up straight away to your mind. So you can even write it down straight away. And then it's up to you if you want to search for it straight away or you will do it later. So this is just another tip.
Yeah. The most important is that you come next Thursday to the session with your pictures, right? So for example, for me, I really have already the house that I want and the window I want to look at, and I'm going to print this, and I have there even how it will look, and I will visualize it, and I will live as if it already is. And whenever you are writing something, it's good not to write it, I will, or I would like to, or I wish. The best is to write it as it already is. I am in August, I'm buying the house. I don't know, in July, I'm going to do I do the Tour du Mont Blanc, whatever. You already mentioned as it is, because then you know it's in your program. Yeah. So if you want to be sophisticated, you use this Canva, which is for free. You use this Capture, which is for free, or you just do the screenshots of anything that comes to you, and then you cut it with the scissors. You can use the dictionary if you are trying to find the words. And let's see what else, the quotes, if you want some inspiration for the quotes. So these pictures with the hyperlinks, I'm going to share with you so that you have an idea.
Yeah, and some other equipment you will need. Maybe for sure, if you are someone creative, you can bring watercolors, you can use the stabilos, the highlighters. Once I used to have an interior designer. She brought old wallpapers, all different kinds. And basically we use them and we cut them, we use them as the decoration. Once I had a client, she brought the symbols, personal symbols which mattered to her. It was really personal objects, which she absolutely wanted to integrate. So maybe you can even reflect on this, or you have, if you are creative, you can do washi tapes, maybe, or some other scrapbooking materials. Once I had a client, she brought us the whole box of the stickers. And so she loved to use the stickers. So she used the stickers for her vision board to really decorate the images. So yeah, please be as much creative as possible. And please use the support which suits you the best, basically. And yeah, you will for sure need some glue as well. And yeah, that's pretty much, as I said, it's up to you. It will be your vision board, so it has to resonate with yourself. I've done it 3 years in a row in Basel, and I can say not even every single vision board is completely different, and all of them are amazing because the vision board reflects you and your dreams and your goals and how you express yourself, what suits you the best. So yes, please do not hesitate to bring the equipment you would like to use. Once I had a lady, she was using watercolors. So yeah, whatever suits you the best, feel free. Do not hesitate also to bring your favorite cup of tea or coffee, because the goal is also, or wine, yes, for sure.
To
or
get
beer.
even more creative, right? Activating the alpha brainwaves.
No, it's really up to you. It's there are no strict rules. The goal is that you really enjoy the moment and that you create something that matches your needs and your dreams and your goals.
So now you have like all the important data. Are there any questions around it? No questions. Everything was clear. Yeah. So you know that next week is the most important and you can start working. And we are really looking forward to helping you if you have like any questions, and basically helping you to create it so that it's the best vision board of your life.
Exactly. Yeah, I will send you the follow-up email with the workbook and also with the Zoom link for the next session. And yeah, if you have any questions in the meantime, please do not hesitate to contact us. We are always very happy to answer you, to support you, and to help you.
Yeah. So thank you. We wish you a lovely evening and see you next week.
And see you next Thursday.
Yeah, see you next week.
Have a lovely evening.
And you.
Bye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Bye-bye.